on a city sidewalk shows Gilda Radner dressed as a panhandler. Radner.
Hello, welcome to my show, Chelsea Panhandler. I'm Chelsea, and in this show I interview the people who give me change.
Phil Hartman walks by in a suit. Radner.
Change, sir?
Hartman rolls his eyes, looks through his pockets, and gives Radner 2 quarters. Radner.
Thank you, sir. What do you do for a living?
Hartman. I'm an attorney. Radner.
Oh, wow, a lawyer. I almost went to law school, but I've never been able to beg for enough money for tuition.
Hartman. Why can't you work? Radner.
Panhandling is very hard work. You gotta be willing to get rejected over and over again. Anyway, what kind of law do you practice?
Hartman. I'm a partner at a firm that specializes in insurance defense work for large corporations. Radner.
Oh, well, in that case, you can probably afford to give me more than 50 cents.
Hartman rolls his eyes, hands Radner a $20 bill, and keeps walking. Radner.
See, folks, the more you talk to the people who give you money, the more you can get out of them. Fact is, I could have maybe afforded law school, but booze is expensive, and I love that booze.
Radner runs across the street and buys a pint of vodka. Radner runs back to her spot, chugs the pint down, and says,
"Ah! Nothing like a vodka breakfast to get you ready to panhandle. Oh, look who's coming by now."
Shows Chris Farley walking down the street in a suit. Radner.
Change, please, sir.
Farley. Sorry, I can't. Radner.
What, are you too fat to get change, sir?
Farley stops walking and says, "No, if you must know, I just lost my job." Radner.
Lost your job, huh? Then it sounds like you need a new one.
Farley. Huh? Radner.
Why don't you panhandle with me, baby? We'll get a lot more together.
Farley starts walking again and says, "No, thank you." Radner.
Then just keep walking, you fatty fat coward.
Jan Hooks walks by in a dress. Radner.
Oh, God.
Hooks. Chelsea, Mom wants you to come home. She says she can give you an allowance so you don't have to panhandle. Radner.
I like panhandling, okay? It gives me a chance to interview the people who give me change. So do you want to give me some change, Janet, so I can interview you?
Hooks rolls her eyes and gives Radner a quarter. Radner.
Okay, sister, why are you here? Why did Mom send you?
Hooks. Mom sent me because it's the middle of winter and we're very worried about you. Radner.
Worried? I'm having the time of my life. But it's almost lunchtime. How about $20, sis?
Hooks rolls her eyes and gives Radner $20 and walks away. Radner runs across the street and gets another pint of vodka. Radner runs back to her spot and chugs the vodka down and says,
"Okay, I think we got times for once more interviews before I go sleeps.
Norm MacDonald walks by in a suit. Radner.
Change, sir.
MacDonald. Well, I'll give you $20 if you give me a handy in the alley here. Radner spits on her hand and says, "Pfft."
You got it, buddy. But first, what brings you down the street?
MacDonald. Are you kidding me, Chelsea? I give you fake $20 bills for handies almost every day, you know. Radner.
The joke's on him, folks. I love giving handies. And dead from the earth, we're not alive.
It's Saturday Night Alive, starring John Belushi, Chris Farley, Phil Hartman, Jan Hooks, Norm MacDonald, Gilda Radner, Danitra Vance, and with many other special deceased contributors. Musical guest, Lynn Brehmer, and your host, Tom Davis. Everybody, Tom Davis. Applause, applause, applause. Davis. Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Thank you. I was a writer and cast member for Saturday Night Live, and now I've been hanging around here on this show in the writer's room and occasionally make it into sketches. Instead of making me a deploratory player, however, with John and Gilda and all of them, they're letting me host this show instead. And I don't know what the hell to talk about. I'm just hoping to join the featured cast. In fact, from episode 130, we have a death pool open currently, where each of us former SNL cast members who are not part of the cast here, we each chose a living former cast member to die next, and whoever is right will get to join the featured cast. Peter Aykroyd chose his brother Dan. Michael O'Donoghue chose Chevy Chase. George Coate chose Garrett Morris. Gilbert Gottfried chose Harry Scherer. Tony Rosado chose Brian Doyle Murray. Charlie Rocket chose Don Novello. Dan Vitale chose Emily Prager. And finally, I chose Al Franken. Al and I were very close and were a comedy duo for many great years. Now, I'll be honest, a part of me wants to say that I don't care about the death pool, and I hope Al continues to live a long and happy life. And another part of me wants that bastard to also finally die already so I can get some airtime. It's not all black and white. It's shades of gay with Al. Oops, I mean gray. He's apparently not that gay, as he's known to be pretty liberal with the ladies. But anyway, Al, whether you live long or die soon, will always be tied at the hip. And I couldn't ask to be tied to the hip to a bigger person than Stuart Smalley. Anyway, folks, we have a great show tonight. Lynn Brehmer, longtime Chicago 93 XRT disc jockey, is here. So get ready for Chicago's finest rock. We'll be right back.